Hello, welcome back to Blender Sushi Live Noding. So I'm gonna continue from the last setup. So we have Sverchok kind of looking at the markers in the on the timeline, and then whenever there's a marker, it's gonna kind of generate this light. Um, but we have problem. One problem that we cannot keyframe it. We need to keyframe it by hand, and I don't like that. I like to be able to auto keyframe as well. So there are a lot of ways to do this, I believe, but I will be using animation nodes and Python to do this. And so the idea here is that here we have energy, right? And we can add it to the keying set. And once it is added to the keying set, whenever we have like a whenever we trigger the light, we can actually keyframe here. Just click on this guy right here. It's gonna keyframe the light energy. So that's cool. How to do this like in a more elegant way? So I'm thinking animation nodes should be able to do this. So let's try using animation nodes for this. So I'm gonna disconnect this light. I'm gonna keep the color thing, but I'm gonna do something quite funny here. From this true and false, this 1 and 0, I will just transfer it as a vector, put it into the X, and there will be I'll be using an empty, and this empty right here, I will just gonna snap it to 0, 0, 0. So we have these locations, and I will be using Sverchok to just set the location of this empty, like that. Oops, like that, and it's empty. So whenever there's this 1, 0 thing happening, whenever there's a marker, the empty will move from 0 to 1 in X. So that's cool. That's everything is set. Now we can jump into animation nodes, and we can turn off. Actually, just leave Sverchok on. Switch to animation nodes, and let's do this. We're gonna be using script node, and the script node itself should be pretty simple. So now whenever there's something, just keyframe it. Whenever there is like a 0 or 1, whenever it is 1 or true, do a keyframe, and the keyframe should be coming from this button keying. So bpy.ops anim keyframe insert. We're gonna try that really soon. I just need to grab the command, copy, paste. Now this this function here is only like gonna work if our mouse is hovering on the timeline or on the 3D view, I believe. But anyhow, let's have a look. So this is the script node, and I'm gonna create animation node script. Gonna grab this script, and the logic here is gonna be our trigger. So let's have an integer or a boolean, true or false, and this is gonna be our logic. Let's grab our empty beforehand. So object transform input, get the empty, and separate the vector. So here, use a viewer and check this out. Whenever there is a marker, it's gonna be 1. So true or false, dependent on the markers. I'll make a couple of more marker here, and I'm gonna plug this into the logic, but the logic needs to be here. Okay, trigger keyframe. That's the name of the program. Small little script node. So this dependent on the trigger, which is the empty. So now we are ready. Just run the animations and then wait. Whenever there's a marker, it should trigger. Wait, is it working? I think, yeah, I think it is working. So play back and then look at this light, look at this thing, and it's gonna get the keyframe whenever there's markers. So that's actually the idea. And then ideally, I think the marker, of course, left that keyframe wherever there's the value of 5, but it should be like 0 before and after the trigger. So for now, I think I can probably do that using just manual works. So anyhow, we have keyframes whenever we have the markers, and I'm gonna save this. Save as 5. Go to animations, and now we don't actually need animation nodes anymore. Delete everything. Delete Sverchok. Delete all the nodes. We don't have any nodes left. Now we're gonna switch to animation, and we have this keyframe for the value, and this also should appear on the graph. How to get to the graph? Select the lamp. Okay, so we have the graph curve. So here I will make a duplicate and then just shift it slightly, offset it slightly, and then drag it down. Like so, and that's the value that we want before the hit. I'm gonna duplicate it again and put it like that. So now we should have these animations. Wherever there's a marker, it's gonna create these animations kind of being triggered. So yeah, that's actually the whole idea here. I think the whole thing definitely can be scripted as Python, and definitely if you want to do this, we probably don't use markers. Maybe you have like a MIDI with 16 channels, and for each MIDI kind of not in, not on, not off, it should trigger some kind of animations, and I think we can do that. Probably it won't be like real time, but because with real time it is getting tricky. You need like either like a really powerful computer, and then the thing is Blender, this Blender environment is not for real time unless you're using Blender engine. And a better way is actually to have a system where we have like a MIDI sound, and it's gonna generate like an actions, like a, what do you call it, NLA, some kind of actions that being triggered whenever there's like a MIDI sound or melody. So yeah, that's I guess that's pretty much it for this live coding. It's pretty simple, just animation nodes kind of helping Sverchok to keyframe the animations. So there's a little bit of manual work as well, but I think that should be okay for this example. At some point we're gonna try to do this more automatically. Maybe like trigger a sound whenever like a physical rigid body objects kind of touching each other. That could be fun. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you find this interesting. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.